Everyone knows there's only one way to truly be the life of the party, with magic. What's up, internet viewer? Justin Willman here from Magic for Humans on Netflix and the new series Baking Impossible. I'm here to teach you some party tricks to save your guests from boredom or from having to talk to one another. Listen, I know you can get away with the old eggs in the glasses trick, but that's just gravity. You could do the old ping pong ball on the nose trick, but that's just rubber cement. You could do the old butcher knife through the arm trick. Oh. But that's just stupid. So let's learn some tricks. Ow, ow, oh. It's a plastic cup in my armpit. Let's start. We all know the greatest party trick of all time is turning water into wine. And I'm gonna show you an even better version. You take your cup of water, you pour it into a solo cup, you snap, you give a little gesture like this. It turns not only into wine, but into frozen wine. You're like Jesus and Iceman all in one. How do you do it? There's a trick to it, my friends. There's a sponge in the cup. It's a messy trick. Before you start, you secretly put a sponge into the bottom of a solo cup, and then on top of that sponge goes your ice cubes or your frozen chunk of wine. You show your water, you pour it into the solo cup, you give it a moment for the sponge to absorb the liquid, you snap, you do some gestures, whatever kills the time, and then you dump it upside down, out falls your ice cubes, and they're the life of the party already. Friends, I present to you the disappearing quarter trick. Behold. It's called the disappearing quarter trick. You'll never guess what happens in this trick. That's right, a quarter disappears. I'm gonna trap that quarter underneath the salt shaker. I'll make it even tougher. I'm gonna trap that salt shaker underneath a napkin. Doesn't get any tougher than this, so chill out, okay? On the count of three, that quarter's gonna disappear. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's heads, it has to be tails. Tails up, okay. Here we go. It's a small detail. 1, 2, 3. No, heads up, my bad, heads up. Heads, oh, my bad. It's not the disappearing quarter trick, it's the disappearing salt shaker trick. That makes more sense. It's the disappearing salt shaker trick. The quarter stays because it's money. Want to learn it? Okay. Where did the salt shaker end up? It's in my lap. Here's how this trick works. You have to be sitting at a table, step 1, okay? You need a quarter, step 2. You need a salt shaker, step 3. You need a napkin. Step 4. By telling them it's the disappearing quarter trick, all attention's on this quarter. And then you catch them by surprise. So here are the beats, and then you just gotta practice it. You put a quarter on the table, I'm gonna make the quarter disappear, or whatever. Baloney you wanna string out for them. You cover it up with a salt shaker. To make it even harder, you cover it up with a napkin. When you put the napkin over the salt shaker, you kind of want to drape the napkin so that it assumes the shape of the salt shaker. That is a key part of the secret, because the right kind of napkin will look like there's a salt shaker under it when it's there and when it's not there. See? It kind of holds its shape like a little bit of a shell. It assumes the shape of the salt shaker. So I do this in an order of 3s. I say, let's make that coin disappear. 1, 2, 3. I kind of relax. I hold my hand near the edge of the table to prime them to not feel like this is weird. I don't let go of anything yet, okay? I was like, oh, it needs to be tails up, not heads up. It doesn't matter. We do it again. 1, 2, 3. You act like it didn't work again the second time. You bring your hand to the edge of the table here, and what you do is you just lightly loosen your grip so the salt shaker falls in your lap, but the napkin doesn't look like anything changed. Act like you don't have a salt shaker in your lap. I try to do that on a daily basis. Then you come back here and you say, you know what, the coin might be too hard. Let's try the salt shaker. And then you just smash it. They weren't expecting the salt shaker to disappear. They were expecting some lousy coin trick. You've surpassed their expectations. At this point, you just kind of just sit and just hopefully you don't have to stand up at this point because it'll be a little weird. And then you find a good opportunity to relax. That's bad luck, isn't it? Normally the best part about going to a party is the yummy food. Not in this case, and not in every case. Bread rolls, normally a very forgettable part of any meal. Here's a way to make them unforgettable. Hey everybody, my dinner roll feels like it's a little undercooked. Let me do the bounce test. Everyone's like, the bounce test? Yeah, the bounce test. You just take it and you bounce it. Now everyone's perked up. Doesn't taste any better, but it feels like it tastes better. How do you do this stupid party trick? Well, it looks even stupider from the side. So I'll show you. You're not actually bouncing a bread roll. You're doing a series of synchronized actions to create the illusion of bouncing a bread roll. And those synchronized actions are this. Hello, side shot. What you want people to think is, of course, you're doing what you would do if you bounced a ball, which is throw it, gadung, and it bounces up. What you're actually doing is hitting my leg here, which stops my hand, creates a little bit of a little snap inertia, flip back, and I go down and I let my hand just get snapped back. Or you time the tap of your foot with when the bread roll would hit the ground. I just use my leg as the timing cue. It will surely impress everyone at the table except for the people sitting right next to you. Don't have to just use a bread roll, by the way. You could use an apple, you could use a bottle, you could use an iPhone, you could use a tennis ball, but I don't recommend it because tennis balls already bounce. Well, depending on your circle of friends, there's two things you'll find at every party: bananas and dice. And this is a trick that combines both of those things. Check it out. An unpeeled, unscathed banana. And an ordinary dice from a game of Trivial Pursuit. You have your buddy check out the dice, make sure it's legit, and then you really just have them roll it. Looks like here we rolled a 4. You total up the numbers, 4 and whatever's on the opposite side, 3. 4 plus 3 equals 7. 7. I am going to psychically dice the banana into 7 pieces. It's done. So when they go ahead and they peel that banana, check it out. They will see that it is somehow sliced into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. Psychic dice. And then you have a snack. Not all magic tricks end with a snack, and this is one of those. Want to learn it? Of course you do. That's why you're still watching. There's the hard part and the easy part. Let's start with the hard part. Preparing the banana. You find a quiet, secluded part of your party to sneak away and do something super weird. People are going to think you're doing something way creepier than you are, but in reality, you're just taking a toothpick and a banana that you swiped from the fruit basket, and you are preparing the slices. Just want to poke the toothpick into the banana here, and carefully, only using one hole, use the end of the toothpick to basically slice the soft part of the banana inside the peel without damaging anywhere in the peel. You do this 6 times to make 7 slices. It's good to go kind of on the little seam part of the banana. That's what they're made for. And at this point, you might have some banana goo oozing out of the holes. And it's good just to kind of wipe that part clean, and you're set to go. Then what you can do is you can put this banana back in the fruit bowl and just wait for someone to ask you to do a cool banana trick. Or you can steer the conversation there. Hey, you guys want to see a magic trick? I'll show you one. I just need to use a banana. Does anybody happen to have a banana? Oh, someone grabs it. Perfect. Hide the whole part like I did for you guys, which is pretty easy to do. That's the banana part. The dice part, that's the easy part, okay? Fun fact, if you add up any of the pairs of numbers from opposite sides, 6, opposite 6 is a 1, which totals 7. 3 on the other side of the 3 is 4. 3 plus 4, 7. 5, I wonder what's on the other side of the 5. It's a 2, that equals 7. It's just a fun little math, dice-related hack that most people aren't aware of. So this is how you force them to choose the number 7 without their knowledge. They roll it. Here it's a 1. Say, add that to whatever number's on the opposite side, 6. So 1 plus 6, 7. Okay, so I'm going to psychically dice the banana with my mind into 7 pieces. And here's where you can just, you know, I'm realizing this looks kind of like constipation. Sometimes constipation and magic are indiscernible. And then when they peel it, they're gonna see your amazing handiwork on display as you reveal that that banana has been psychically sliced into the chosen number of pieces. And then at this point, typically they'll have a bite of the banana. They'll probably move on in the conversation, but at least you looked cool for a second. Well, here's a trick I've been doing ever since my parents used to have the garage. It's the match trick. It uses fire to do this trick. Grab a pack of matches. You tear one of those matches off. You light it. You blow it out. You carefully put it into your hand and you just squeeze. And it disappears. And you say, check it. And if they look here in the matchbook, they will find that the burnt match has somehow not only returned to the matchbook, but it has reattached itself. What? How? I'll show you how. I'll start with a fresh pack of matches here. I got it. And I should say, of course, it says on the matches, keep away from children. Don't play with fire and matches. You know, don't be a dingus. You take one of the front matches, preferably somewhere in the front center, bend it back a little bit. And then you take another match, maybe from the back, where it won't be missed, and you're going to light this match, and you're gonna light this match with it, and then you're gonna blow both out. Okay, that's the secret preparation. This match that you used to light that match, you don't need it anymore. So carefully just dispose of it anywhere but the floor. The preparation is that this single burnt match that is amongst the rest, when upright, kind of blends right in, and that's your final reveal of the trick. But to prepare, you bend it back, that burnt one, and you hide it from view with your thumb. And then you can open it up and they don't see it. It's just hiding behind here. You can use your index finger and hold it like this if you're performing for a big party and you have somebody pick out a match. Let's say they picked out this one. Great. Now, what you need to do here is you need to secretly close up this pack of matches without looking like you're doing anything sneaky while also doing something sneaky. What I suggest you do is you kind of rotate the pack of matches over, and then you kind of, while it's rotating here, you just let that match go right back to where it's supposed to go, and you can close the flap. It's hidden. They've plucked out a match that is unlit. You close up this pack of matches while secretly loading that pre-burnt one right back into its place. That's all done. How the heck do you light a match and make it disappear? Well, here's what I do. I light it, I blow it out, and I make sure it's really out, and I kind of shake it, as people do, you know, to really cool it off. And in the process of shaking it, I just throw it. I don't go throw it down like that. I just kind of threw it, and I'm still shaking as if it's still there. And then I pretend to put that match in my left hand. There's no match there. This is like advanced mime work you're doing. Open your hand. There's nothing to find because it's on the ground. They're looking up your sleeve. They should be looking, it doesn't matter. And then you just kind of let them do it. You let them open up that pack. First thing they'll see is that the burnt match is there, and they'll be like, whoa. And then they will try to remove it and realize that it's still in there. And then they'll be like, whoa. Well, friends, the party's winding down, which means it's time to awkwardly say goodbye to all the guests. Or do what I do. Grab a tablecloth and do a little magic Irish goodbye. At this point, of course, you just gotta hope your friends don't look down on the floor, or they'll see you doing this. Thanks to everyone at Delish for having me. Make sure to check out Baking Impossible on Netflix, and see you at the next party. I'm just gonna hang out here for a bit, because I kinda landed on my knee. Ah.